Hello again, everybody. You're listening to AltJake Takes On. I am AltJake, your host, here with my buddy George Capture, ready to kind of give you a review of both nights of SummerSlam. How you doing today, my friend?
Doing good. 2 nights of interesting content.
Great. 2 nights, 6 matches, plus the post-match things they had of each one. Yeah, we'll just kind of dive right into it.
Oh, would you like some worthless information to start off with?
Always. Love worthless information.
I saw that the California school system changed their grading system. You want to hear this real quick?
Wait, from so it's no longer like A, B, C, D. It's now.
Oh, it's A, B, C, but the numbers changed.
What? Oh God. Okay. What's
84 to 100 is now an A. 64 to 84 is a B.
64.
44 to 64 is a C. 24 to 44 is a D, and 0 to 24 is an F.
I would have been a goddamn B student in this.
Me too.
What the hell?
They changed it.
So no, Here I was getting the 68 on the. Yeah, we passed. That's great. No, I did not know that.
Welcome to 2025, folks.
Yeah, that's. I hate to feel like the old man, but sometimes you do see certain things of how they can coddle the younger generation of certain points.
One way. That's California. That's California.
Yeah. No, I was in like the last generation to not get participation trophies. Like I never got one of those as a kid growing up. I swear it was like the kids behind me. The trophies that I got from Little League was like when the best Little League team. The best Little League team I was on. We finished second place for the season, but then we won the World Series playoff thing. So I got a big trophy for that one and a smaller. Those are the two that matter because we actually won something. Yeah, it mattered. Yeah. And it's absolutely. No. You said 64 is a B. My parents would have been so proud of me.
Yeah.
It's great. First off, I do want to do a little housekeeping a little bit quickly for the people. We decided to go for spaces instead of trying to do it very early since SummerSlam started at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. for me here on the West Coast. We decided to go for the post-show SummerSlam and kind of see how that worked. And Chris Connor joined us, and we had I think it was probably the most lively group that we've had where people wanted to participate. Yeah, I kept usually 1 or 2 people want to request, and we'll speak with it, and then a lot more people watch. But I felt like that was a lot more people getting involved, and people had a lot to talk about and stuff, and it was fun. So thanks for everybody for coming out, and we have that video up on our YouTube if people want to check it out. It was the immediate post SummerSlam reactions. It was fun coming on, especially after how night 2 ended, which we'll get into. This week for spaces will be back to normal. Yeah.
Special thanks to Rabid Wolverine, man. Dude, I love having you on the show. You're always welcome. Just so you know,
he gives great insight. It's a different viewpoint. That's what I love about it is bringing in people that maybe. Because most of the world with spaces, a lot of times it's people just yelling at each other or yelling over each other. We're very good about letting different people speak and kind of giving people that chance to voice their opinions. And sometimes maybe they don't know. But yes, it's been a lot of fun. So join us if you haven't yet.
Unless I'm wrong, I think we're the only one he really speaks on.
That is an honor. I love stuff
I'm pretty positive.
I know that's how Mike Glass was. He was very nervous to speak with us at different points. He even told me, he's like, man, I'm not really, I wasn't comfortable with that. How'd I do? I'm like, it was great. It's fun because we give people a comfortable setting, give people a safe place to land in the sense where even if you say something that not everybody agrees with, no one's going to jump your head off. We're all going to have fun with it. And
it doesn't matter.
And if I'm the one leading it, I stumble. I have a slight stutter. I will sometimes slip back into having a lisp, and
that's where I was just going with this. Yeah. Pick me up. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
It doesn't matter if you have a speech impediment or you're from, you're out of the country. It doesn't matter.
We want to bring involved and be more interactive with it. We're there to, that's not. We're not a duo that's going to sit here and yell at each other. We're not like Mike and Mad Dog or whatever. Even if we don't agree on things, there's been plenty of topics that we have different opinions on, but I would rather hear. I like hearing different opinions and different thoughts because sometimes it will give you like, oh shit, I never thought of it that way,
absolutely.
or whatever with it. Yeah, no,
And
that's
if
why we
you-
like to hear
and
the
if you-
reviews of the shows too.
Yeah, and if you do come into the spaces and you do pick on somebody, you're never going to come
right.
back.
Exactly. I mean, yeah,
So-
we it's very easy to mute people and boot people. It is not a yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna. I'm not. That's when I raised this to Jake, and when Jake was hesitant, I told him, I go, listen, if people come in here and start bad mouthing our people, I'm not having that. So,
which I also feel like has been the way we've been able to have people come guests and hang out with us on there at points of because they hear spaces, they're like, oh no, I don't want to be part of it. Like, listen to one of the recordings, you'll see how we operate, or come observe one. We're not trying to have just a fighting session like some people do. That was like the sessions that happened in the stands at SummerSlam. I saw there was a fight broke out. Either I forget if it was Saturday or Sunday night in the crowd.
I think there were both nights actually.
I was just gonna say probably both. I mean, they were 10 miles outside of Newark, but
there was the cat fight that I saw.
Oh yeah, with the hair pulling. I saw that too.
I love girls that pull hair. It's so fucking funny to me.
Man, girls will immediately start going for the eyes, the hair. They fight dirty, man. Yeah, no, I've seen it plenty of times. I used to work the door at a concert venue in the early 2000s, and there was a lot of times having to kick people out was usually girl fights. But
well, speaking of fighting, let's get to the meat of the matter, shall we?
We'll start with night one. The opening match of SummerSlam was. I like how Roman Reigns is smart enough to know, like, look, if I'm not going to end and be a main event, get me on first. Let's get the crowd hyped and get the F out of there. Make sure that no one's stolen your shit. No one's seen you. No one has seen a spear yet until you do it. But this was a fun match. I thought this was a great way to open the show. I mean, Jey Uso's entrance will always get the crowd hyped. Like, it's just what it does. I thought it was fun with how they had him and Roman kind of coming in separate, but then getting together. And then Bronson Reed having the Shula Fala. That was a good line. Usually I'm not the biggest fan of stupid puns, but that one made me laugh.
It worked.
That was good. That was fun. But I mean, this match was everything I felt like it needed to be, where, Roman and Jey were going to go over and get the crowd hyped, but the big moments I feel like came from Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. And this just feel like is showing that Braun Breaker can hang with anybody. He is the real deal. He can hang with the big boys. He doesn't look lost.
Now the
he doesn't look
question
too
for
small.
you, Jake, is he hurt?
I don't think so. Because
here's the thing that's kind of happening with this, especially with the Seth aftermath now, which we'll get to shortly.
Right? Yeah.
Sorry, spoiler.
Yeah.
You're going to get to the point now where unless you actually see the person get hurt, you're going to be questioning everything they do now.
Right, unless they're like showing you the operations. Yeah.
There was a report that came out that Braun might be injured. Now you don't take it seriously right now. You know what I mean?
No,
that's a problem.
But, I mean, it is.
No, it's a problem. It's a minor problem, but still, because they kind of pigeonhole themselves with the Seth thing a little bit.
Well, that's it. The thing is, though, it's a little different, at least for now. We'll see what happens on Monday Night Raw, but at least now, it's just being reported on. Like with the Seth thing, they showed it to us. They wanted us to think that he's injured. I feel like with Breaker, we haven't gotten there yet, but they also had a lot going on this weekend where that probably wouldn't have gotten out yet anyway. We'll be very interested to see if he's limping or on crutches or whatever tonight, then it could be different. We'll see.
Yeah, but do you take it seriously?
I mean, when it's just reports, for me, it's always got to be what the source is. I mean, unfortunately, like I got yelled at on Twitter, or not on Twitter. I got yelled at in a different podcast Facebook group Saturday because I was laughing at how Dave Meltzer and other ones had charged people money to tell them that the Seth injury was a shoot. I thought that was funny, and I got yelled at by a few different people. Well, one of the hosts of the podcast screamed at me because he was defending him. No, they were right. They were predicting that. Like they always, the dirt sheets will give you 6 different options so that with one of them happens, oh, I was right. Well, what about the 5 other things?
Should have just sent them a link to the show where I actually.
I just
broke
laughed.
It down.
No, what I did was I sent them a link to one of the Meltzer said what, shout out to him, of one of his feeds that had Dave in a 2-day span giving 4 different things about Seth, but he was saying that he believes that it's real and it's a shoot and whatever. And it's just fun. I mean, I just thought it was funny. Again, it was really more making fun of the people that actually pay those guys for their quote unquote news. Because, you know, if WWE is showing it to us, then I will, like with the Seth thing, if they just, you know, the reason I was, you knew from the moment it happened that he wasn't injured. I believed you, but the main reason I believed you is because they never showed us, you know, they'll show you like when, was it War Games this past year, when, you know, Jimmy broke his toe and Tonga Loa tours, but they showed you the x-rays. You saw the pictures of them with the bruises, you know, like, so if they're showing us that with Breaker, then yes, I'll believe them. But if it's like, oh, he's injured, he's on crutches, we haven't seen anything,
plus
I ain't believe that shit.
I didn't just come out and say he wasn't injured. I broke it down.
You gave, and that, because I wouldn't just be like, look, I love you, buddy. We're a great team, but I'm not going to believe you blindly on this.
No,
you gave real reason, and that's why from the get-go I was like, I that seems very plausible and probably what it. And then, like I said, the only video they showed us was him on crutches in front of his daughter. Like, okay, so he's kayfabe and his kid. You mean like how Cody tells the story of how Dusty had the cast and he found the cast that he could just pull it off, and he was like, wait a minute, what? So which I love. I like that of it, where I would rather I like the idea of being able to be surprised and to be kayfabe, but we'll see what they do with Breaker. I watched some of each of the post shows, but I didn't see them in full, so I don't know if they said anything.
No, they didn't mention
anything about I was just thinking like that could have been the start of it, where they say it from there, and then we'll see what happens. But I thought this match was a great way to kick off the show. You know, Roman did the dive out into the ring that I wasn't prepared for and expecting. I thought that was fun. I thought it was a good way. I kind of figured it would be the lead off of the show of the weekend. Oh, there it is. I knew I had that picture.
That wasn't sure
this one. Roman doing what is this, like the Tope con Shieldo? I don't know what the Tope names are, but I feel like this was Roman.
Was this before or after Bronson Reed wiped him out? That was tough to say, dude.
Yeah, right. It's a lot in there. Yeah. I'd say that 5 times fast. I think this was before.
Yeah, I
feel like he did this early in the match to just be like, as kind of like a hey, which I mean, it was. There's not many things that will shock me in many matches. When he started to go over, you're like, he's not gonna do. Motherfucker, Roman did a dive out the ring. I mean, it was kind of like when Taker started doing it, because he didn't do. You know, when it's cool to see, and it's also one of those things of like. Again, this is why it's important and why you want to get a picture of it and show it and talk about it, because it's not done every single match by all of the participants. You know, it's something that
would come the next day of SummerSlam.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this SummerSlam Extreme Rules edition. But overall, I really enjoyed the match. I thought it was a great start to the show. You know, I was really hyped about it. I thought it was fun. And like I've said, from anybody who's listened to this show long enough knows I'm a giant fan of Braun Breaker, and I feel like he had a great showing of it. So for me, this was what's up?
How weird was it to see Roman enter a stadium when it was light outside? Still?
Right? Yeah.
Strange.
No, that was it was a little bit weird. It was a little weird, especially but like you know, it makes sense. Like I said, if he's not gonna be in the main event. But even so, like also too of like how he was like bopping around and dancing to Jay's music and being this, but it's a different side of his character. But it's fun to see. I feel like it's super authentic. I feel like he's just being him.
Yeah, it was a good call for the opener. I went 2.5 with this sucker.
I went 2.75. I almost went 3 because but then I realized I was glad I had a day to think about it, because it was just I knew it was gonna be fun. They had a great time. I thought it was a fun opener, but.
Yeah, my grades all changed as the because I rewatched most of the stuff when I woke up this morning.
Nice.
And then I reevaluated because I had everything rated way higher because I was all
that happens. I feel like that's the instant reactions, especially too with how they ended. You know, as we'll get to, they ended both shows with big moments, whether you like the moments or not. They're moments that they're going to get you excited, to get you hyped. But I thought both nights, but I feel like, you know, this one specifically here was a great way to kick off the shows. You know, you knew you had to kind of set it off hot. And then I really thought the follow-up, the second match, the women's tag match, was better than I thought it was going to be. You know, like I knew it was going to be good. I knew it was going to be fun, but I really enjoyed it. Honestly, it was fun to see. I mean, it's cool to see Roxanne Perez. Like, you knew, if anybody who's watching her on NXT, that she's super talented, but just hasn't skipped a beat and looks like she fits in with these shows. You know what I mean? Like,
she's a baby
she's
face.
part of
She
it.
Not be a heel.
Yeah,
Roxanne is a baby face. She's not a heel. She does all baby face maneuvers in the ring.
Right.
Everything she does.
She does. I'll give you that. She does. Yeah, I will give you that.
But she's good. She's really good. She's not a heel.
She's very
I'm sorry.
talented. She's funny because she's a heel in like backstage and in her promo. She can be a heel, but you're right. She wrestles like a baby face.
Right.
She really does. That's funny you say, because I thought about that. I thought about that one because when I was first getting into NXT was like right when she was finishing up being a babyface and turned heel. And yeah, she never really changed her wrestling style. And maybe, it could be a tougher call to make sometimes with them for being able to do that. So I get that.
Especially with the fact that she's smaller. Okay. Alexa Bliss is taller than she is.
which is saying something. Yeah. Right. No, when you say that out loud.
When you're that sized, that sized, you should be more rake the back. Dude, Naomi as a heel does heel things in the ring. She was doing it in the match. She poked the eye, she pulled the hair, all legal maneuvers. That's what Roxanne should be doing.
You're right. No, when you say it out loud, you're absolutely right. It makes a lot of sense. It's one of those things where, it really needs to. It's especially with because of her size. Yeah, when you it hit me hard when you're like, she's smaller than Alexa Bliss. Like, and Alexa's pretty much been the smallest girl in the company for ever. And it's a valid point. And especially too with being small, you can do a lot of that cheap kind of cheap. Exactly. Yeah, you're right. No, I hadn't thought about it, but damn it, when you say it, you're absolutely right. It's small little things. And she's obviously got plenty of time left and stuff that she can learn, and hopefully, maybe somebody or in the producers can kind of coach her on that.
Naomi's right there. Take lessons from her.
Yeah, she is. It's true. It's a valid point. No, that's a good point that you bring up. I didn't think about that until you said it. You really got me thinking, like, shit, he's right. No, that's a very valid point where just the way it's not a lot that she would have to change. It's just a couple of little things that can really turn it around. Yeah, no, you're right.
Saves her on the bump card too. That's what it does.
No, that is a very, very good point. Yeah, no, that's a very, very good point. But overall, I gave this one a 2.5. I thought it was a good match. I thought it was fun. There wasn't anything wrong or bad with it that I thought. I think it was cool to see Charlotte, for
having
her
fun.
Team right. Exactly. Yeah. I was just like, look at she like it was enjoying herself and it was cool to see the crowd getting behind her, because I don't know how far you've watched of Unreal yet, but when you're seeing her, like, I won't spoil anything, but they show a lot of her recovery time from her knee injury. Like with anybody, what they've shown in wrestling with the recovery, like, how can you not? You want to see that person come back and succeed, because we've all been there. Like, and you, especially with knee injuries, like, you're gonna get it. Like, and so you want to see, like, whether it was as a heel or a babyface, you just want to see her do well, and that was cool. And then, like what we talked about, this is kind of great for the Judgment Day storyline. They can kind of fight, fight back and forth, and then maybe the Judgment Day eventually get them back, and that's when Liv comes back or whatever with it. But it continues that storyline along, because if Charlotte and Alexa lose, well, then what? You're kind of out of it at that point of like, well, shit.
I wonder who sponsored this match.
Right.
Can't tell from this picture, can you?
Jeez, no, you can jump from both. So yeah, I don't mind those sponsorships the way they do with it, because they're really just for these.
I'm going to bring up a point shortly when you're done. Go ahead.
Well, I was thinking, I mean, they said they're selling it to you, but I don't feel like it's like overkill. And I feel like the brands are wanting to be parts of this exact stuff, where you can see the Papa John's logo in a cool picture like this. Like, and it's smart. Yeah, it's why you've got the digital boards or the digital aprons or whatever. But what's up? What do you got?
Did you pick up the Papa John's little blurb before this match when the New Day was back there? They all had the pizza when Nikki Bella came back.
That. Yeah, okay. I did. But they all.
You notice one thing from the. You notice one thing from there?
No.
Pick up on one thing.
I did not. I missed it.
Nobody ate the pizza.
I did not.
They didn't. They all stood there. They all had the slice in their hands. No one took a bite.
It's
Nobody.
not a beer commercial. You're allowed to eat it.
I'm like,
I
at
didn't
least
notice
take
that.
a bite. I mean, if you're that physically fitness guru, whatever the hell, just take a bite.
Right. Yeah, you can take the bite and spit it out. No, and it's no. I mean, I haven't had Papa John's in a long time. Mostly it's because there isn't one anywhere near me. Well, there's one opened up not that long ago, but we don't order a lot of food. There's a local pizza spot like a mile and a half from us that we go.
No matter where you go.
Right, exactly. I was just gonna say you want to support the local businesses anyway, right? And plus, their pizza is fantastic. Like it's an Arizona. It's a chain, but it's like a local family operated kind of Arizona chain. So, but it's one of those things of like, yeah, that's what. But yeah, I did. I noticed when they were opening it, I saw them like holding the open box in like the silly way for the camera.
Yeah, they all dug into it.
Beyond that,
they all dug in, took a piece, and they all just
I mean, yeah, I know like beer, you can't legally drink beer at a beer commercial or that spot like that, but you can eat a piece of you can eat a slice.
It's not that hard. Give your sponsor a break. At least eat it.
Yeah. No, I didn't realize that. That's funny. I didn't. Nope.
I pick up on weird shit.
That's funny. I'm usually observant about different things. I missed that one, and that's great. That honestly, that makes me laugh, and it doesn't surprise me, but you feel like at least somebody would have. Like you said, take a bite and like smile, walk off camera, spit it out in the trash if you don't want the carbs, which, I understand these people are on TV wearing very minimal clothing a lot of times. So you want to look good. I get that. But
one bite's not going to kill you.
Right. Exactly. But yeah,
I gave this a 2 and I have 2 1/4.
Okay. Yeah. About the same. Yeah. So I'm still a little bit more hyped up than you with it, but we're still close. That's it. The next match was a little bit less of an exciting one with Sammy and Karrion. And I like Karrion Kross. I really do. I mean, lots of people do, it seems. I'm not exactly sure why this match was on the SummerSlam card if it wasn't going to have something like major happen. Now, maybe because Kross has shown in the videos he's done on YouTube and some of the stuff he's been shown on TV that like once he interacts with somebody, eventually their dark side comes out. And I've been saying for a good long while that Sammy needs some sort of change. And if he's going to go heel, like maybe as more of a darker kind of heel, as opposed to like the chicken shit, smarmy jackass heel that he was when he was like the militant guy or whatever he was doing the stuff that initially got Logan Paul into the WWE actually. But but like I just don't know
this.
I just don't know. Like, and the match was fine for what it was. It was short. It was like the spots were okay. It's just all of a sudden Sammy gets the W, and it was like.
And then whatever they said to each other too at the end there, there's some weird shit going on here.
I don't know, and a lot of people are talking about like, is this because Karrion's gonna leave WWE now?
But why would they promote his book?
So here's what I think. So what I think is they're using the internet rumors of that he's going to leave to their advantage. Whether he's already re-signed or going to re-sign, because he's always been a Triple H guy.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm wondering if they're going to use this somehow into it, because Kross and Scarlett left through like the side of the ramp as opposed to through Gorilla. That's usually done on purpose. So I'm wondering if maybe there's going to be some kind of shoot work storyline they're going to be doing, but I hope so, just because otherwise then maybe he is done with the company, which would just be weird because what the hell is he going to do?
Like, and if he does leave, he's not going to AEW, he's going to TNA.
No, it would be TNA, absolutely.
I mean, that TNA. Seems like a no-brainer.
Right.
But like we talked about this for a while.
Multiple times.
Kross is on that trajectory where you had to pull a trigger here. You should have pulled the trigger a while back.
Right.
We gave you the benefit of doubt, and this was the place. The crowd wanted it. When they didn't get it, the crowd was dead for the next hour and a half.
It deflated them right into the neck. They didn't get back up until Jelly Roll came out.
Yeah, exactly. It took
Jelly Roll came out because, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan or know much about his music, but a lot of people do, and a lot of people love it, and a lot of them were in the crowd last night because when he should. But there's another match after this one that the crowd had to sit through before they got to there.
Yeah, they were done. Right. Everyone wanted to cross the win.
That's why I thought both nights of SummerSlam bookended very well, whether it was the first and second match, and then the last two matches of both were good. But the middle really fucked it.
Yeah, this could have put the nice touch in the middle.
Yeah, you're right. It really could have. It was just, it just didn't. And like you said, like it just didn't feel right in the crowd. I'm sure most watch-alongs that were with it were just like, huh?
Everyone.
It was deflated. Yeah,
I was just like watching it, going, "What the?"
Yeah, no,
it took me out of the game for.
It did. It was just kind of like, wait, what? Like it didn't make a lot of sense. Now, like I said, there could be something that they're going to be doing, that they've got a longer game plan with it, that maybe they're going to do something with Karrion's online presence and maybe turning Sammy Dark. That's a hope, that's me being an optimist. That's
eternally optimism, because
that's the only way they're going to save it at this point. If otherwise, you're fucked. Which is what I think. What I think it is. I think it's fucked.
Yeah. Can I bring up a side note real quick,
please?
During this match and a lot of other times, I've noticed Sammy had the opportunity to use the pipe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many times did he get beat with the pipe prior by Cross? Roughly about 6 or 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it was so much even. I don't even know if it was like
I'm going somewhere.
In the match, but in like the background. Yeah,
I'm going somewhere with this. As a babyface, if the heel does something to you first, as a babyface, you're allowed to retaliate back.
Goddamn right you are.
Okay. So what I've noticed is there's a bunch of pussy baby faces right now. Because they're not. Besides Cody used the weapon,
right?
Which is fine. But there's a lot of times where they have a chance to use Bailey had a chance. Sammy had a chance. There's a bunch more that I can't think off the top of my head because I can't think that fast. But
it's
the babyface division is a bunch of pussies.
Yeah, no, and it's one of those things where yes, if you don't want the babyface to use it first, but once it's been used on you or that, you're absolutely right. And even when Sammy had it there, now with this storyline, with him not trying to turn dark, there's at least something behind that. But you're absolutely right. Where there's multiple other ones where it's like, what the hell are you doing?
He's been beaten down in the back by Cross plenty.
Multiple times with the fucking pipe in the gut. And to your point before, even when we were talking about before, where it's like, like you said, the trigger probably should have been pulled previously in their last pay-per-view match, but that one was in Saudi, and we were like, hey, okay, Sammy's massively over in Saudi. He's still a giant. Have him win there. And we even said when our review of that show of Night of Champions, we're like, well, Cross has got to beat him at the next big match. Yeah. Well, this was that. God damn it. And they didn't do it. You're right. And the match was fine. Bell to bell, it was fine. It was like 8 minutes or whatever. It was really short. And then the way it ended and all it happened, it was just kind of like.
Yeah, and I'm dying to know what they said to each other.
Yeah, right.
Because there were some words going through there. Because he covered up his face. You could see him talking. Right. No, went over. I gave it a 2. I gave it a 2.
Yep, exactly. It's an exact because the match itself was fine. And honestly, had Cross won, and look, the storyline was progressing into something cool. I probably would have went 2.5 with it. You know what I mean? But that was a wet fart of an ending, man. It just really was. They're like, what did they say? Went over like a fart in church. Just brr. And it really did affect. It's not a great picture, but it affected this match with Tiffany and Jade. When this match was fine, but the crowd was dead for it, and I feel like they probably needed the crowd to be at least up for it. I feel like Tiffany got them back a little bit with it, but they were still reeling from the match before. And this match was also short. This match was only 7 minutes,
which is what we said should happen.
Just gonna say that. I'm like, which if you listen to the preview, if you listen to our SummerSlam preview, was what we said needed to be. And I don't think she got lost at any point in the match. I actually thought
she did.
Jade was. Did she? Yeah. Did I miss it? All right, that's fine.
No, you didn't miss it. It was a quick little thing you got to catch. When she flips Tiffany over and she kind of when Tiffany put her leg on the ropes.
Yeah.
She kind of put the leg on the rope.
Oh, okay.
When you see it, it's a quick.
Yeah, I know.
There.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but you explaining it, I've seen that before. It's, you know what yeah.
She
No,
just
and
flips
I've
she
seen that
flips over and
multiple
it's so
times.
far into the corner that she
Yeah,
kind of just
yeah.
moves her leg.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I've seen that before.
But Tiffany's not, she's really good, but she's not in a position to lead a match. And
she's
these
been
two
doing this for
together.
4 years, and that includes like from the
Yeah.
day one of her training with Greg Gagne in Minnesota, for God's sake.
She's not ready to lead a match yet.
She's not a ring
She
cat.
will be.
Right. She's fantastic. For how long she's been doing this, she is beyond incredible. But you don't you don't want her leading the match for it.
Yeah, because she looked like, I'm not sure if you watched it. When I was watching it the second time through, she looked like she was trying to concentrate on what was going on rather than having fun. It's a weird facial expression she has throughout the match.
Which I could see that though, because this is probably like I mean, if I'm thinking of put myself in her shoes, like thinking about like an athlete of like, you know, you've been doing it like, and now you have to captain the game or whatever, you know what I mean? Or if like, I don't know, you've been playing second base for a long time and then the shortstop gets hurt, so you got to play over there. All of a sudden, you know, instead of getting 2 or 3 ground balls a game, you're getting 2 or 3 every inning or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's that step up to it. And I think she did well for it, but I definitely think, yeah, I understand why she wasn't quite as ready for it as well, because I've been doing this for 4 years now.
You can just tell by looking at her during the match that she was just, I don't know, didn't have like I normally when I watch her, she's smiling and having fun. She would smile, but it'd be that smile like you're trying to force a smile thing.
Right.
And like it's weird. Like I said, I pick up on weird things.
No, I get you though. I fully put that together with that in. I mean, but for all of that, I think she did very well with the match, and I thought the match was fine for what it was. I had it with the 2.5 because I even wrote down on my notes was what it needed to be. Like exactly what we said.
Yeah.
Under 10 minutes, get it through, get it over. Now I am surprised that Jade lost clean, but I say clean because they really put it over in the fact that she's just too new at this. Like she's only had like 100 matches total or whatever. And she literally did her finishing move and rolled the wrong way, rolled toward the rope. I thought that was a cool way of doing that, of just like not knowing where you're just green with this. You're still you're a great rookie. And, you're Ken Griffey Jr., you're batting 325 in your rookie season, but from the 7th inning on, you've got a 200 batting average because people have figured you out a little bit, because you're getting better though with it in a sense. And had she rolled to her right, she would have won the match. Had she rolled to her left, then that is what screwed her. But I thought that was a cool way of doing that in the sense where it doesn't keep her looking fully strong, but it also does in the sense that she just lost because she was out of position.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised she lost at all.
No, I
was just thinking, I'm like, what do they do with Tiffany?
Yeah, no, my thought
loses. I was like, oh shit.
I thought there was gonna be some sort of like DQ situation or something where Tiffany was gonna keep the belt, but I didn't think she was gonna just win clean like she did. But good for her, man. She's the future of the women's division. She's only like 25. She's super talented. But yeah, I had it at 2.5.
I originally had it at a 1.75, then I bumped it to a 2.
All right, that works. That makes sense. But like we were mentioning before, it took literally until this match for the crowd to get back in it. Part of it, I think, was they were excited to see Jelly roll and have his first match. The other part of it is Logan Paul is the easiest man to boo in professional wrestling.
Okay, so I know somebody that was actually there. So
nice.
They were I was texting with them, and this match did bring the crowd back up, but not. It was sections of people, like you would think it would be. Like you could tell people that would know. He said the crowd. I'm gonna just take this for a minute. He said the crowd on night 1 was pretty decent. They would pick their spots like to be vocal, so it wasn't high vote. It wasn't high crowd energy the whole time. It was just kind of, yeah, we like this guy. Yeah, we like that. And then they sit down and relax and blah, blah, blah. Night 2, he said, was more of a steady thing. Like the crowd was hyped for night 2. So just want to throw it in there.
Interesting. And it's hard for us to read that because
you can't
with it being with it, And I feel like people forget this every time they're in a stadium, because I feel like every time they're in a stadium that's open with an open roof, there's always, oh, this crowd sucks. They're quiet.
Yeah, they can't.
It's an open roof stadium. The sound leaves. It goes out. Like, that's the point. Like, it's like, and I feel like people, like the ones with roofs, it's different, but I feel like people forget that. I forget.
Yeah,
it was,
that's why I asked him that just to make sure.
I think it was Powerful King on X. Shout out to him. Yeah, he and I were going back and forth, just laughing about it. Of like literally every time people forget, and it's like there's a reason why wrestlers will say like, yeah, we love doing the stadium shows, but all of them will talk about how their favorite place to wrestle is somewhere like the Rosemont Horizon, or like a specific arena that they loved because of the way it sounds in there. You're tight fit in, that's because that's what they live off of. And this match was fun. It was great. But, actually, honestly, I thought Jelly Roll looked really pretty good for himself for what he did. But like you said, he was training at the PC. And like we've said before, between Logan Paul and Bad Bunny, you can't go have a celebrity match and half-ass it anymore. Like, you've got to fucking train. You've got to be into this because that's what we're expecting. And he sold well. He took moves. He took this move.
I was shocked he took this. I thought he was going to move because Logan Paul took forever to make this.
So did I. And then literally as Logan jumps, I saw I was glad that they have this picture because I saw Jelly Roll brace for it. I'm like, this motherfucker. And bam, he hits. I was
shocked he took it.
Especially with since Logan had the camera glasses or whatever he had, I was thinking immediately like, oh, it'll be a great visual where he'll jump and you'll see Jelly move and he'll go to the table, and then he just nails it. I'm like, and it's funny, I forget my buddy Wally texted me. He's like, say what you want about Jelly Roll. Not everybody's taking that. Not everybody's taking that splash who is a full-time worker, let alone a celebrity. So, but I mean, he was never, you could tell from every interview he did and even being part of what he was at last year's SummerSlam and doing it, he loves wrestling. He's a big time fan. Like, it's not like it's, he just kind of like, he loves it and he loves like Southern wrestling. So you can tell he wanted to be a part of it. And hell, he put his time in at the PC and good for him, man. I enjoyed this match. It was fun. And this picture just sums everything up. Like, he took, like, that's just good for him. I
will also give credit to Mr. Roll because he sold that thing throughout the whole night.
Yes.
In the post show, he was still limping.
Yeah. He was doing that. We said that at Saturday night's main event where like they went into the back and Randy's all puffing, and Logan's like, yeah, man. But you could see like there was even once where he like shook his head in a nod of approval, and then he stopped because he was like, ooh, that hurt my neck. Like, just small shit like that. Like, again, you get that from somebody who's watched wrestling literally their entire life. Plus, he knew, I'm going to take the pin. I'm going to take the L. So Randy doesn't, the Logan and Drew need to win the match to further their heel storylines. Randy doesn't lose. And everybody wins. I would like to see, I hope there's like something filmed, like a vlog or something with him where I'd like to see Jelly Roll when he comes to the back and has a moment with Triple H and just like, you know what I mean? I think that'd be cool because he earned it. It's one of those things like, say what you want about him. I'm not the biggest fan of his music, but again, back to this picture. I'm not taking that. Oh yeah, absolutely. While sweaty and beat up, yeah, and that, and I hope he fucking gets like a oil painting of that picture put up in his house because he earned it, man.
So do they go into like a Randy Orton Drew thing here, or where do you think this goes? Because this
either Randy Orton Drew or maybe Randy Orton and Logan somehow. I don't know, but I think Randy Orton Drew leading into something for the winter, or not the winter, but the fall next? Would be fun.
What's next for
the Paris
Clash?
Show?
Okay,
yeah, Clash in Paris, which could be a good show. I mean, I know those shows aren't like the biggest shows, but they're big enough. They're PLEs. Yeah. I mean, Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. You put that on that card, people are going to be like, "Yep, I'm in for that." You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be.
It's also awesome because it's 2:00 in the afternoon,
right? Yeah, no, that'll be a lot of fun. No, I almost gave this. I think I was with you where night of, I gave this match a 3. Upon further review, 2.75 was a great rating for it. I had fun. I enjoyed it.
2.5, so we're
close. No, I thought it was enjoyable and right what it needed to be. And like I was saying, both nights were bookended well, where the first 2 matches and the last 2 matches were really great on this card. Obviously, leading with the main event of CM Punk versus Gunther for the world heavyweight title, which, I mean, we knew was going to be fun and was going to be a good time. I mean, CM Punk coming out in his Fantastic Four gear, I thought was pretty cool. Made sense with the movie coming out recently. But this match was, I mean, this was CM Punk dialing back the years. Like this was,
but he was tired and he was
yeah,
he was gassed, wasn't he? He was gassed. I'm sorry, I jumped ahead.
Yeah, he's washed. He's too old. He can't stay healthy. Yeah, shut the hell up.
Can I just say it now because
you're happy, you're fine.
Yeah, I'll just say it now because we've done enough of these matches and we've seen it. We know enough from the past. If you ever watch any Bret Hart match, you will swear that 10 minutes into the match, he's done. He's gassed. He's huffing and puffing. Guess what? It happens every match Bret Hart was in.
Right.
And who is CM Punk's one of his favorite people?
He's probably all-time favorite. Yeah, if you gave him like one choice, pick one. Yeah.
Put two and two together for a second and just figure it out. And where do you think he's going to get his motivation from?
What I always remember with Bret was he would always have like even like that dry spit that he would spit out.
He
looked
like
he was done. And then that's like 11 minutes into the Iron Man match.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, no, you're 100% right. You know, and that's, and I feel like that's sometimes too, like with people, sometimes where, they're injured. Like, you ever hear of selling? Like, they can sell. Like, it's part of the they're putting on a show, and it was great. You know, and I thought this was fantastic. Like, Gunther beat the snot out of Punk through most of it, but he kept fighting back. I thought it was fantastic when Gunther got juice and
that's
like he looked scared, like he was like, what the hell? Like, because I mean, when have we seen Gunther bleed? Like, I don't think that exactly.
Never,
you know, and that is why bleeding on every fucking weekly Dynamite is stupid, because it doesn't matter after 2 or 3 weeks of it. You do something like this where it means something. It has and he sells it of like he was scared. Like he looked like he went pale just from being scared. You know what I mean? Like, I know he didn't, but just what it felt like. Yeah.
And I really saw some people and he hit his nose. No, he didn't.
Jesus Christ.
Dude,
I know.
If you look at the replay, he doesn't come close. He comes close, but not close enough where he hit his nose. And then he goes under the desk for a little while.
And it was a
forehead. Which was fine. He got a little overzealous with his cut. Don't get me wrong. He went a little deep, maybe.
I wonder if Cornette's gonna make the old joke of what happened to him when he cut himself after Heyman hit him with the phone with the white suit.
Yeah, this ain't the same thing.
Yeah, no, I just think if he might have the Dusty go, just a little bit of juice, baby, just a little bit of juice. Yeah, no, I thought the same thing when he came up. I was like, oh, he dug in there. Which I mean, you got to. Hey, it's SummerSlam. It's the main event. It's a world title. Plus, then, you know, it's one of those situations where, I mean, he loses, but he still ends up looking strong in the end of it with it. And the fans get the awesome moment. And he loses to CM Punk, an all-time great. Like, you know, CM Punk's now the fourth person to beat Gunther on the main roster. Like, they're all pretty big. You know, it's Sammy, Cody, Jay, Punk. That's it. That's the list. And the last person to beat him in NXT was Ilya Dragunov. So there's not a big list, and they're usually pretty strong wrestlers. But I mean, this was a lot of fun the way they did this, though, because I even tweeted once he won, I'm like, and now comes out Seth Rollins, right? Because you just knew he was going to. But I thought it was fantastic how they did it, where he comes out on the crutches, like, your days are numbered. When I'm healed, you watch your back. So you still were like, okay, maybe he is injured, and then turns around and just goes with the cross pose and drops the ears, drops the crutches and just turns like,
took off his knee brace.
I was literally applauding. I was standing up in my living room applauding and texting you like, yes, because it was awesome. It was done so well. He comes in and hits Punk with the fucking briefcase to make sure, hits him with the stomp, and
Punk
then he got big spooned by Paul Heyman.
Punk put him up in the GTS for a minute.
He did. No, yep.
Almost.
No, that was, which is a callback to, I forget which one of the cash-ins that happened where somebody got their move hit on the, like, they got the person's finishing move and still kicked out and then still did the cash in. But this was just done so well. And I know that people were saying like, oh, the dirt sheets predicted stuff, because by now they'd figured out that they'd been worked 3 weeks ago, because it was 3 weeks to the day from July 12th when he faked the injury versus LA Knight. And it was done so well and played off perfectly from the way it went. And it just makes so much sense for the Punk and Seth feud of, I'm not going to let you be world champion. Okay, fine. You won the belt. Well, I've got the briefcase.
Yeah. The only thing go ahead, Jake, finish your thoughts.
And I loved how Heyman made sure to say 2 or 3 different times that Breaker was now the leader of our group, Braun Breaker. You knew, like, I swear the first time I heard him say that, I'm like, that's bullshit. Nope, Seth's fine. That was my confirmation. I'm like, George is right. He was right. Yeah. I'm sticking with it. What are you gonna say? My bad. No, I'm excited.
No, that's all good. My only fear with this, and a lot of people aren't, I'm not in the major boat like other people. I'm in the semi boat. And I just don't want to see the first 20 minutes of Raw being all this tonight. You know what I mean? Which Seth,
sure.
We've talked about serious Seth and goofy Seth, and if we can get serious Seth on the beginning of Raw, which we're gonna get, if we get it for like 5 minutes, that's fine. Just do your thing and get. I don't want people to go into that. You know what I mean? That Triple H beginning of Raw like we used to get way back in the day.
Right. No, I'm cool with it if Heyman does. If the more of Heyman that's involved with it, I'm cool with it. But yeah, it's almost like I want it just to be Heyman and Seth to come out and they're like starting talking their shit, and then Punk runs out or whatever and cuts it off. Where they want to do the 20-minute opening to the show, but they're cut off or something with it.
Yeah, because that's the main thing that people get frustrated with Seth Rollins. If you listen to any other show or anything, they hate the guy because it's constant. Hey, I'm the guy.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't do that and just comes out and says, I fooled you all. And, then something happens. That's fine.
100%.
I don't want my first half hour of tonight to be sitting here going, oh shit.
Yeah, no, what people don't like is when he acts like the Joker and like, but it's like the not the Heath Ledger, it's the fucking Jared Leto Joker that everybody hates. It's not even like a cool Joker or a fun Joker. It's like, oh, boo, we don't like the boo. And no,
they gotta get over that. They gotta get over that little problem if they can get through that, because Seth's a WWE guy. I mean, they love him.
And will be forever. And he's a Triple H guy. Yeah, no, 100%. But it's just, you just can't have that whole. That's what I thought when the moment Heyman turned on Punk and Roman and joined with Seth, that's who we were going to get the most of, was more Heyman than Seth. And please lean into that more. More Heyman, less Seth.
Yeah, let Paul talk for the first 2-3 minutes, do his spiel, hand the mic to Seth, and let him get interrupted. I'll take that.
There you go. That's probably about the best way we can do it with that. Yeah, I'm into that. But yeah, I mean, I thought overall I thought that match was great. I gave the match plus the ending and everything all together a full-on 3. Yeah, maybe even 3 1/4. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Yeah, I'll go. I'll keep it at 3 with it too, just because I thought it was great. I thought it was fun. I thought it really ended the night on I mean, like I said, whether people liked it or hated it, it's a moment, and you got to love those moments for sure. But yeah.
My overall grade for night 1 was a C+, I think I gave it. Yeah, C+ for overnight.
Okay. I think I would.
For night 1. God dang it.
Yeah, I was like, I went B-, so same kind of thing.
Yeah,
right in there. Right. Well, now I guess we'd both be giving it A's if we're in the California school system.
Yeah. Nice tie back.
64% a B. What? Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that
wraps up night 1, eh?